Hello, welcome back. I just got done watching over Mew. I almost fell asleep doing it too. Yeah, she curled up next to me, well, on top of me, making biscuits, and laying on me for most of the time. And I almost fell asleep. So I might not be all there right now, but I got to get. Ooh, new weapon. Take this, Edgar, my spirit vessel. Empty now, of course, but it should allow you to operate the tower's systems and the umbilicus. If even the smallest fragment of Elidibus' essence remains, it should be possible to locate it. As for access to Elidibus, pray seek out Lena for assistance. Chances are she still stands watch at the censor's gate. Should she or anyone else ask for me, after me, tell them I am living my life to the fullest, that I am happy, hardships and all. Well, at best be on our way, on our receptive ways. God's willing, we will see each other again ere long. Yeah, I was watching, while I was babysitting, I had, Turnip Boy robs the bank, stream VOD by, Ray Narvaez Jr. playing on my phone. Yeah, Mew didn't seem to care for it, but then again, she really just wanted to be up close to me, getting pets and scritches, and just kind of laying on top of me while she was just kind of dozing. But I just get to see her belly. It's just a bit red, but that's kind of all it is. Nothing leaking. Edgar, you are returned. Have you been well, you and the others? Then things are much the same for you as they were here. My lord is doubtless enjoying himself. He said this to you, these exact words. Oh, to know that he is happy, it fills my heart with joy. Thank you, Edgar, for taking care of him. When next you see him, please tell him not to overexert himself. Futile a request, though it is. And tell him that all is well here. The peace you gifted us continues, and we work hard to build new lives for ourselves. In the course of this, we occasionally bicker, but we've never been more optimistic for the morrow. If I had to mention one dilemma, it would be the question of our governance. Even as we speak, debates rage on over how we should run the city in the Exarch's absence. Most are of the mind that the Settlement Council should continue to oversee the general running of the Castorium, while representatives are elected to determine policy and handle diplomacy. Thus far nothing is set in stone, but however we choose to proceed, we will not replace our Lord. No one could. Have we recently observed any unusual phenomenon? No, cannot say that we've been curious that you should ask me this question, though. Some days ago, Rain came and asked the very same. She was rather unsettled, in stark contrast to how cheerful she has been of late. Ring has been dedicating herself to the restoration of the empty, you see. Though it will take many long years, the goal seems to have given her a newfound sense of purpose and fulfillment. So when I saw her in a state of such worry, I couldn't help but feel worried in turn, especially since she wouldn't tell me what troubled her. I dare say she would be more willing to confide in you. May I ask you to broach the subject with her? You wish to enter the umbilicus? Very well, I shall fetch the key at once and take the opportunity to find Reen. Please wait for me in the city, in front of the Cabinet of Curiosity, shall we say. I will be along as soon as I can. But yeah, I've been watching a VOD of Ray's turnip boy robs a bank while I was watching you. Unlike Pandora, she didn't seem really to care about it. Pandora, especially when she was younger, when I would play games or watch videos, she would sit on the couch and watch. By the time you hear this. Well, at least she's happy enough to be purring away and making biscuits. But Pandora is doing what Pandora does. Isn't that right, little girl? Even though Pandora isn't is like what, the third oldest, but yet she's the smallest. Ah, my back's so itchy. Itchy back. Do my old eyes deceive? Is that truly Edgar? It is. Full glad I am to see you hale and whole, my friend. What a wonderful surprise is to have you back with us, and at this most opportune time. In case you haven't heard, we are planning to produce a tome chronicling events from the Flood to the Knight's return. For this project, we intended to draw upon records kept by the world's people. Historical and contemporary first-hand accounts will be the centerpiece of the tome, but yours would be the one to crown them all. I've been asked to contribute a chapter on the soul, a subject that is key to understanding much of your endeavors. In that case, in the course of developing the spirit vessel, I gained knowledge, a valuable insight into travel between the rifts, knowledge that will allow me to attest to your existence and deeds. There is no end to questions I would ask you, but if you can indulge me just one for now. Is your quest to restore the knight you face many a formidable foe, among them who offered you the greatest struggle? Yes, Hades, he who sought to resurrect his ancient brethren. He was the final obstacle in your quest to restore the knight. Your battle in the depths of the Tempest, the stuff of epics. I'm guessing you can't decide if you want to be in the window or not, can you? Yet compelling as it is, I worry that mere words cannot do justice to the fateful confrontation. Not that we wouldn't think to omit it entirely, of course. No, at the very least, we will impress upon readers that it was the climax of your hero's journey. I know you love to talk his ear off, Morin, but we really should be on our way. These documents from Yulmore won't collect themselves. Of course. And afterwards, would you care to join me for tea? I was hoping you might clarify a few points in your test dice. Till next time then, do tell the others to look after themselves. Our overzealous friend in particular, remind him not to overexert himself again and again till his ears fall off. If that what it takes for him to take it to heart. Is that the Warrior of Darkness? It's him, really him. What are you doing here? If you're going to battle, I could give you some medicine. I made it myself. Best not, Ricky. You'll only give him a stomachache. We've come to see Morin to get his advice. One of the guard finally agreed to teach us how to fight, but first we need to choose a fighting style. Well, I know that I want to be a mage. Rickhill isn't sure. Magic isn't really my thing, so I was thinking of taking up the axe, or the sword, or maybe the bow. They're all seem alright, but it's hard to decide, so I ask Morin. He knows about a lot of things. He isn't here. Aw. Oh, why don't you ask the Warrior of Darkness to choose for you? What do you think suits Krail best, axe, sword, or bow? The sword, if you took up the sword, you can be just like... Brandon, the Warrior of Light. I love that tale. Let's borrow the book today. It's really popular, though. I hope it's still there. Thanks for helping me decide Warrior of Darkness. I'll start with that style and maybe try something else later on. And when I get really strong, I hope to have a bout with you. Such fun he's been having basking in the aberration of musty old bookworms and wide-eyed younglings. But does he spare a thought for me? Of course not. I waited and waited and waited, but he wouldn't so much as acknowledge the presence of his beautiful branch, even though they're right here. Such a heartless thing, our sapling is cold and cruel and heartless. Don't you have more important things to do, Your Majesty? I have no end of important tasks to attend to, but unlike some, I know what my priorities should be. And since when did my sapling become a twisted old tree that says such unkind things? But disappointed as I am, I'll overlook it this once. I know you have a lot on your mind right now. So my adorable sapling, the world is on the verge of destruction, is it? How do I know? I joined as we are. Spied on you is as simple as sliding down the back of a rainbow. What that I could aid you in your quest, but the fates of we Fey folk is bound to that of the star. Whither it goes, so too do we follow. Such is our way. The most I could do for you is spare you the pain by gifting you the sweetest of eternal dreams. But if escape's not to your liking, then you must struggle with your fellow mortals. But here we are, the ones we're waiting for. I wonder what manner of conclusion awaits at tale's end. My apologies for the delay. Edgar, it's so wonderful to see you again. You doubtless have much catching up to do, so I shall leave you to it. I've taken the liberty of unlocking the umbilicus, and you may enter at your leisure. I'm relieved to hear that that everyone is well. I've had this feeling like a pit in my stomach, and I was afraid that something might have happened. Maybe I'm overthinking things, but it's just that. I'm the Oracle of Light, but I've never spoken with Levelin, never once heard her call. Even so, I've always had this feeling deep inside me, a connection to something immense. These past few days, though, the connection has wavered, as if that immense something was distant, then close, then distant again. And then, the other night, I was jolted awake by the feeling that it had been completely severed. Wanting some fresh air, I opened the window, and to my horror, the sky was ablaze like during the star shower. And then I blinked and everything was normal the next day. No one said a thing. No one else had seen what I had seen. As far as I could tell, nothing was out of the ordinary. I began to wonder if it was a fragment of a half-remembered dream. Edgar, why are you not telling me? I have to know, please. It doesn't matter how terrible it is. Was it my imagination then? The doom we witnessed in Amarat has come again. I can't believe it. Like I told you before, all is well here in the first. So don't worry about us. Please look only to the threat before you. We're fine right now, and even if we weren't, we've learned how to survive. Should the final days reach us here as well, you may be assured we won't go quietly. No, we'll hold on until you find a way to save all our worlds. So long as you continue your fight, so too will we, united in purpose beneath a blazing sky. Let's see what this new war scythe looks like. Not this one again. And of course we would have gotten it from here. Oh, before we go back to continuing the main story. I'm going to miss that chainsaw scythe. But yeah, I've almost fell asleep watching me because I got to lay in a soft bed. Unlike my bed, which it's still soft, but I don't have any sheets or anything. The only thing I have is a plastic covering because of Pandora. Because anything we put on the bed, she pees on except for my pillow. And she knows if she pees on that pillow, nothing's going to save her. Grave news, Edgar. We just received the word that Candlekeep Quarry is under attack. It would seem that the crushing tide has struck again. The Admiral asks that you deploy the company of heroes at once. Our men here will act as your signaler. So in your orders. Okay, both Lethal and Odona should be close by. What are your instructions? It's a hot-headed warrior who lives for the thrill of battle. A common collected hunter. Both can serve you well, but better if you subtest. Consider it done. Understood. The rest of us will head there at once. I'll see tell the Admiral you and the company heroes are on your way. Godspeed. I know I probably could have just, took in a ferry, but my brain isn't all there right now. Like I said, I nearly fell asleep. Right now, the tide has already ebbed, if you follow my meaning. Perhaps you're curious how your men carried out your orders. You've been pleased to hear that Landau led the attack with his characteristic aplomb, dancing amongst his foes with such speed and ferocity that they were dizzying to watch. And Nguyen made full use of his talents in leading the rescue efforts. Not a single man, woman, or child suffered so much as a scratch. I had my doubts at first, but you passed your first trial as acting captain with flying colors. The battle is over, I see. 'Tis good to see the company of heroes still live up to its name. I demand answers. Why did you target Candlekeep Quay? I spit on your questions, filthy shorewalker. I was hoping we might do this the easy way, but if you insist. So you would torture us, you shorewalkers are all the same. Savage brutes, the lot of you. Torture, please. We are not so uncivilized as that, my slippery friend. Brave Flax, shiny treasures will have fishmen trading tongue flaps in no time. Let me explain. Lomani and Brave Flax are well practiced in the interrogation. Shimei has a sharp mind, as I'm sure you notice, and a knack for getting information out of uncooperative types with a minimum of fuss. Brave Flax, on the other hand, her method can be unconventional to say the least, but it's hard to argue with the results. Well, Commander, the choice is up to yours. But of course, Commander. Watch as I get him talking without so much as lifting a finger. They tell me your kind are particularly fond of Nosian oranges. Might interest you in a glass of delighted orange wine brewed from our latest harvest. This is another glass, Shorewalker. I demand it in return for the crimes you have committed against my spawn brothers. A mere glass, my friend. Why, I'd be more than happy to offer you a full bottle. Nay, an entire cask, if you provide us with the answers we seek. We have a deal, Shorewalker, for a cask of that blissful beverage. I will tell you all of my secrets. We got him drunk. Again, I ask, why did you target Candlekeep Quay? Dawi, himself gave the orders. Said we must establish a foothold in preparation for our assault on the city. He mentioned a means to attack Misalamosa itself, but with your numbers, that would be folly. Speaker Dawi commands power beyond the comprehension of your Shar walkers. We have dealt with the Leviathan before. You must understand, Speaker Dawi says it is a greater power still, the very first being blessed by our Lord. The blasphemy. Tell me where Dawi is. An island far to the south and east, there he performs the rite that will summon forth the Divine One and deliver my brothers and I to glory. Thank you for your cooperation. I suspect that Dawi is hiding out somewhere in the Chendalis, a deserted isle, most likely. I think if you chose Brayflax, she used cheese or something to get them to talk. I don't know much about these so-called blasphemies, but can they truly be tamed so easily? We have no evidence they can, but we must operate under the assumption that Dawi has found a way. We will ready a ship. We set sail for the Sildis at once. Prepare yourselves and meet me at the docks as soon as you are ready. I'll have Shami and Brayflax continue the interrogation. In the meantime, our friends here might still be hiding something from us. Brayflax, keep watchful eye on this place. So where are we going? Back to Misalamosa. And I also had popcorn for the first time, I think, in a year or two. And right now, it's not having the best effects on me. Might have been even longer than that. Everyone is here. Good. We make for the Silius in search of Dawi. He's hideout. Our friend Null will be waiting for us there. The blasphemy too may be present. Be vigilant and keep your weapon at the ready. Well, Commander, do you have any words for the men on the eve of battle? Meet again, Dawi. Where is the blasphemy? Tell us now so we may end this madness. Speak of the bloody devil. There it is, the dreaded beast I saw beneath the waves. The source of our woes. The echo of all the times. Defend the commander. I bring grave tidings, my queen. The wretched shore walkers poisoned the minds of my spawn brother with false words and foul magic. Our poor beguiled brethren renounce Lord Leviathan and name him a false god. They treat with Lamisa Lamosa, and some even call for an alliance. We must summon him that the lost might receive of his blessing anew. This I would gladly do, has our stock of crystals not run dry. Spawning time is nearly upon us, yet you fight and bicker amongst yourselves. How am I to birth a new brood, with my children grown, stand divided? Who dares enter the sacred chamber? Forgive my intrusion, Queen Mother. I speak for the Sahagin who seek an accord with the shore walkers. A new age is upon us. We needn't turn to false gods, nor foment bitterness and bloodshed in our precious spawning ground. The shore walkers have changed. They endeavor to understand us, to share these lands with us, that they may have peace, and we are spawning grounds. Could this be true? Lies, do not be deceived by that one's delusions, my queen. He is a heathen who has strayed from Lord Leviathan's light. The shore walkers are oath breakers now and forevermore. As they extended one hand in friendship, they clutch a dagger in the other. We are beasts in their eyes, deserving of naught but slaughter. Oh, for a blessed moment, I felt the faintest touch of hope. But you are right, Dowie. They are demons, and we are damned. Oh, for woe. My poor children have lost their faith, their minds poisoned by lies. They turn away from the Lord of the world, and cast their lot with the enemy. 'Tis so, my queen, 'tis so. We will have no choice but to abandon our sacred spawning ground and sink to the ocean's floor to rot and decay. Dowie, dearest of my children, you tell them that we have no future. How can I bring new life into this world knowing that my brood will have their hearts stolen and abandon me? I cannot. What's happening? Please, my queen, you must calm yourself. Such power, such beauty, a blessing from Lord Leviathan himself. So this is blasphemy. I can see what all the fuss was about. Have your wits about you? Good. If you can fight, now it's time. Strike now, my queen. Send the shore walkers and their honorless leader to their to her death. Maybe they shouldn't be sending water. What's happening? I can't feel my legs. Why, mother? Are we not your children too? Damn it, we cannot weather another blow like the last. I still don't know what the 7 cells just happened, but I'll be damned if I'm going to go down without a fight. Study the beasts feeding on our ether will not survive a head-on fight. So remember the company's stratagem when faced with overwhelming odds. Knock him out and drag him! Retreat, retreat, let's get ourselves the bloody hells out of here. So yeah, so there is one for level 90, I guess. Damn it all, have been better luck holding back the tide. How goes it, friends? It's what I would normally ask, but judging from the muttered cursing, I've gathered it did not go all that well. We barely escaped with our lives. To think the damned beast had the power to stop us in our tracks, literally. What do we know of the creature's origin? Was it once a Sahagin, as you suspected? Mayhap the echo afforded Edgar some insight. Dawi's villainy knows no bounds, sowing seeds of despair in our Queen Mother's heart, that she might transform into that monstrosity. If she was the first to turn, then there was nothing deliberate about it. Still, it's clear that his words served as a catalyst. If we kill the blasphemy, it'll be tantamount to killing the Sahagin's queen. That's not going to endure us with to them one bit. I cannot turn my spear against the mother who birthed me, let alone take her life. Out of curiosity, did anyone see who fired that shot? Were it not for them, we all be dead. I know not, but we must formulate a plan, and quickly. My scouts tell me that the blasphemy has left the island and now roams the open sea. I will order them to continue the search. In the meantime, we must find a means to overcome the beast's formidable offense. Leave that to us. Time and again, we've used our wits and experience to triumph over the longest odds. To defeat your enemy first, you must know your enemy. Tell me, Commander, what do you reckon was the most valuable knowledge we gleaned from our initial encounter? I concur. Now that we know how the beast disables its foe, we can use this knowledge to devise a proper defense against it. But that is not all we have learned. While the blasphemy can maneuver through the water, it also frequents caves and the like. Our best chance of defeating it would be in such a place. Our only chance, I dare say. I will send scouts to identify any and all large caverns and coastal areas that can serve as shelter for a massive creature. To ensure the safety of our people and to have any hope of peace with the Sahagin, this is a battle that we must win. All your strength and wisdom will be needed in the days to come. Dismissed. Come, let us share our findings with the Maelstrom. Now that we have seen what the blasphemy is capable of ourselves, it's more plain to me than ever that it must be slain. Reach out to all trade ships entering into Parlamissa, inform them that any sightings of blasphemy are to be reported to Maelstrom Command at once. Understood, but giving the beast's ability, how do you intend to overcome it? I trust that the company of heroes and Edgar, experienced primal slayers, all will find a way. And yet, I would leave no resource untapped. There is one more whose expertise I would call upon if he would agree. Even Wesker is at a loss as to his former commander's whereabouts, but mayhap Einzer could offer some guidance. No doubt you still fatigued from the Battle of the Blasphemy. Pray rest while you are able. When we are able to take further action, you will hear from me. Till then, take care. Okay, and let's get there. Yeah, so I guess there are another two. I'll try to go as long as I can past the second dungeon, because I think I'll be able to get to the second dungeon. But yeah, once I get past it, I'm going to try to go as far as I can before I go to bed. You heard, you're headed to the Umbilicus to consult with Elidibus, right? I'll do some consulting of my own and speak with Lena. Decide how we might best prepare for the final days. So it's farewell for now, but we'll see each other again, I'm certain of it. Yeah, I forgot what I was about to say. You know. C539. At least we got 533 for our armor set. I mean our whatever you call it. Yeah. Yeah, after this quest, depending on the time I have left, might be the end of this episode.
Biometric authentication complete. Please state your business. Acknowledged. Reinitializing Circus Tower systems. Searching for Elidibus entity. located in subterranean core power accumulator. Projecting image.
Why
My
is he...
home. My friends. No more than a dream.
Why is he so short?
You. Why have you awakened me? I no longer sense those places beyond, or Lord Zodiac. You must explain all.
Well, Fandaniel destroyed Zodiac.
So, he is fallen, and my brethren's souls returned to the star. The doom we sacrificed so much to prevent is come again. Old burdens now yours to bear. But if this is Fandaniel's design, then I, as Elidibus, have a duty to fulfill. Your unsolicited act has restored to me some few memories of the convocation. Such knowledge as I have, I will share. I do this not for you. I merely perform my duty, as I have ever done. Where to begin? Ah, the end. Your understanding of what caused the final days is consistent with our own. The decay first took root where the currents were weakest. Yes, a conclusion drawn by him, Fandaniel. Not the him of here and now, but as I knew him, long, long ago. Having shed light upon the phenomenon, he dedicated himself to devising a countermeasure. Were it not for his knowledge of the Celestial, we would never have made the connection, and thence forestalled the final days. And though he inherited that noble soul, how different this last incarnation, so consumed by self-loathing and hate. Elpis. Yes, the name is familiar to me. Yet I know it not as a flower, but a place. A testing facility for determining which of our creations were fit to be released into the world. Many worked there, and before joining the convocation and assuming the title of Fandaniel, he was their chief. He was Hermes. That is all I know. The crystals tell little of the lives the 14 led prior to their induction. Elpis itself would tell even less. Nary a ruin has survived. Wait. I saw you there. In Elpis. No. I did not. But I did. I did. A lingering trace of impossibility. And a truth that fills my heart. My memories remain clouded, I fear. However, they have revealed to me one possible course. You must travel to Elpis, to the time when Hermes served as its chief. In glimpsing the Exarch's memories, Not only did I make his summoning magic mine own, I also mastered the workings of this tower, which, having absorbed my empowered essence, now harbors an abundance of energy. As such, I believe I can deliver you unto the past, unto that place and that precise moment. Given the eons that must be traversed, the gateway will not be fully formed. Your form will be less tangible still than those warriors of light I had summoned. In all likelihood, none will be able to see or hear you. Yet even should you manage to interact with others, you will be unable to effect meaningful change. For the reality you wish to save, the reality to which you must return, exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present. Cannot unmake the sorrow and suffering fated to come. In full knowledge of this, will you still entrust your life to your foe and make the journey? Very well. I shall cast you unto the river of time. Let this be my final act. You must input the commands. I no longer have the authority. First, you must reconfigure the systems, that the tower's ether may be channeled for the magic. The preparations are complete. The gateway will soon open. Return at once to the ocular. All appears to be in order. The ether flows unimpeded. The magic should consume every last mote of my essence. Why are you surprised? Did I not say that this will be my final act? Lord Zodiac is no more. There is nothing for me here. The ones I love and long to see again are waiting in that promised land, beyond memory and dream. Now go, warrior of light. Go, and do not look back. Well, Heidelin, I take my leave of you. Yours is the mantle of the last of us. May you have the joy of it, the burden, and the solitude. It falls to you now. You and your champion to save our star.
A remarkably large man wears a black robe and a half mask, much like the phantoms you encountered in Lamentorum and the recreated Amorats. It would seem you have made it to your destination. You just wildly and shout all manner of greetings and obscenities, but the man does not so much as glance in your general direction. This device is reminiscent of an aetherite. Perhaps it is perhaps it is possible to attune with it. Despite attempting to channel and focus your energies, you fail to attune with the device. You can only assume it operates differently. The man stands dutifully by the aetherite-like device, a guide for this facility in all likelihood. You attempt to get the man's attention, but he sees or hears you. He gives absolutely no indication. As Elizabeth's warned, it appears your form is intangible. This is the right place, yes, Propylion. Judging by the woman's words, this facility is called Propylion. You attempt to gently prod the woman to attract your attention, but feel nothing, and it seems neither does she. Oh. Incorporeal, transcending the boundaries between existence and nihility. You expect the door leads outside, but how to open it? Can't we just go through it?
And here we are, Elpis. Well, well, how rare to receive you in person. To what do we owe the honor? Oh, just a few odd tasks. We'll be here a while. You're welcome to stay as long as you see fit, of course. As a matter of procedure, however, I must ask that you kindly remove your masks.
Come now. Is this truly necessary? Surely you can tell who we are.
Who you are, perhaps. But I am far less infamous. Regardless, if we do not follow protocol, 'tis our hosts who would be held accountable. So, please, do favor us with your handsome face.
Satisfied?
I thank you for your cooperation. You are free to go about your business. By the by, you see it too, yes?
I haven't the foggiest what you're talking about.
That's odd. It's right here. A bit thin in the ether, but there's no mistaking it. The color of its soul is almost identical to Azem's. Do you suppose he created it? Rather unusual for a familiar to have a soul, though.
Don't ask me. All I know is that it's trouble. Doubly so if it's his spitting image. So let's leave it be. Come now.
It's trying to say something, but it's literally too intangible to form words. Why don't you give it some ether? Spare a snifter of your bounteous reserves.
Who do you take me for?
Why, a dear friend, of course. One who wouldn't let acts of kindness, such as my accompanying him on errands to far-flung outposts, go unrewarded?
I suggest you close your eyes, or this may be unpleasant. You may open your eyes.
Oh, you even adjusted its size.
The better to indulge your whim. This way, it will be easier to communicate.
How very thoughtful of you. And may I applaud your artful reinforcement. Without further ado then. Greetings! I am Hythlodaeus, Chief of the Bureau of the Architect. Sulking beside me is the most honorable Emmett Selk of the Convocation of 14. And how might we address you, my new friend? A fine name. And I'm pleased to see you understand our words. So, tell us, whence have you come? The thinness of your essence suggests you weren't created here. You do not know? Or cannot say? Allow me to ask a different question, then. What brings you here? Well now, the same as us. Perhaps Azim wished to come too, but had to settle for a familiar.
If he truly wished to be here, then he would be.
Right you are. My apologies if we've given offense. The two of us can discern the color of souls, you see, and yours happens to resemble that of a friend. And with your purpose matching our own besides, we jumped to a hasty conclusion. We are here to speak with Hermes, the chief overseer of this facility, which we also intend to tour in order to gain greater insight into the man's work. We, I say, though this is Emmett Selk's charge. I am here only to serve as his guide. And I should be happy to serve as yours as well, by way of an apology for the misunderstanding.
Wait, are you suggesting that we bring it along on official business? This thing we know next to nothing about?
If you harbor suspicions, better to keep it close than leave it to its own devices. Wouldn't you agree? Besides, Having a mysterious life form in tow is the norm rather than the exception here. Welcome, my friends, to the testing ground of creation at Heaven's Edge, Elpis.
This presence.
Hermes! Visitors! We have visitors!
What secrets are you hiding, I wonder?
This is hardly my first time here, but the scenery never fails to take my breath away. Why, it feels as if you could reach out and touch the heavens. Now then, to begin our guided tour, perhaps you already know these things, but for the sake of thoroughness, I shall start with the basics. Using concepts to give shape to either, creation magics allows us to bring forth anything we desire, but be it inanimate objects or living beings. Anyone may conceive of concepts, but they must undergo evaluation at the bureau of the architect. As part of that process, living beings and certain arcane entities may be sent here to Elpis for in-depth observation and study. A fascinating facility, isn't it? I dare say you will enjoy touring it with us. And with that, that will be the end of the episode. And I'll see you all in the next.